My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. Well, for this series, I decided that I would take a certain golden retriever pattern that I had made, where you see it with its tail up like this and standing up on its hind legs with its forepaws up. And I originally came up with this pattern because there had been a piece of sassafras I once had, which, given its shape and size and the direction of the grain, I couldn't use my original golden retriever pattern for it, so wanted to make one that would fit that. And it just so happened that I made a couple out of walnut as well, and which were like Labrador retrievers, and they sold, which was a great thing. So now, as I've taken these pieces of butternut, which were something that I sawed out during a time when I was inside the house for a big winter storm we had, I have decided that I'm going to do a series where I show how I carve these. So we're going to kind of start up here at the ear, kind of remove some wood from along there, kind of get a little bit of it right into its little shape and size, and kind of remove the extra along here, try to see what kind of little shape we can get out of a piece. And there's been some things that I've made out of these special pieces of wood before, and different patterns I've made of different sizes for different dogs. And as we go over this, there's just a few little things I want to show here. You know, we came up here over this ear right now, but maybe it would be a good idea right now to kind of take care of this place up here at the shoulder, try to remove some wood from along there, try to get a little piece just in a very good enough shape to work with. There probably kind of seemed to be a thing or two where we probably missed a line or two when kind of tracing this pattern into it, but that's okay, and things are just going to turn out as good as they can be with what all we have, I say. And come down to this, we're going to kind of make a little cut here below the paw and kind of make that little cut out like that, and see where this leads. You see, we just got this much done here. And for one thing we're going to start with, it would be a good idea just to kind of like maybe work along the back at first. Try to remove wood from along the back of the dog and try to round him off a little bit. Try to get him in good enough shape just to be a special kind of creature for all we love and know and all we do. So come down to this little piece of shape, we're kind of making it out just right, and kind of removing a little wood from behind the ear just to kind of get the thing into a good little shape as we have it, and just finally chop it off right there. So with my experience in carving these before from the sassafras and walnut, there's a few things I learned as far as just how to kind of get it in line and get it in shape. So with all we're doing here, you know, just kind of like removing little places here where we're just kind of getting extra wood and shape and scrap out of the piece, and making it so we're just kind of just shining little lights on everything we know and trust and do. And so I say that with this little place in life, there's just other little lines and cuts and little chips we have to make and remove. So come down to this is just a beautiful little piece of work that makes itself known unto us. And finally, with these little steps we take in mind, there's probably going to be some similar steps to take on this other one as well. So we'll do it. And while we're doing it, I could tell you all about plenty of golden retrievers I've known in my life. One that lived next door to my grandma when I was a kid, and how we'd kind of play with it from our side of the fence while he stayed on his side of the fence and played with us, and all the little love we kind of shared between the dogs and ourselves and all they were doing, and all the little intelligence we know about them and what they share. So come down to this little place, just a little wood to remove from around the face of the head, and kind of work a little way into the thing and just see what we want to see. So come down to it. We're just going to move a little extra piece of wood down the back from behind the head and get a little extra faith and love and work into what we all just have. I say, kind of remove all the extra chipping along, trying to get it into a good little shape for a nice little puppy we know. And I'll tell you all a little more as we just move along the project and share more to ourselves and to our likes and seeing what this is just kind of meant to be. So finally, just finally, getting all the little shapes and stuff out of the little piece, you know. And this butternut is so soft, you can just about carve it real easily. So with that being said and done, there's probably another little place to come along, take a little bit of a little place to the head and put a little bit of extra kind of like work down into a good piece. So maybe for this little moment, we can come along here, and I already did this on this other dog, but that is remove this little line right here and move this little line right here that goes along the shoulder, and to kind of like make this little cut here right below the paw again, as we've done before. And you know, it has been times before that even in a series I'd carve two of something at once. And sometimes even when I'm working by myself, that's kind of little thing I do, is just carve a little couple of something at once and try to just kind of make it so it's going to be a fine dandy little art piece. And so come down to this, make one little cut here below the leg, the front leg, and just kind of get the little piece right in. Sometimes, you know, there will come a time when we're going to try to cut the muzzle in place, try to get it in a good place where it can just be just a fine little work, you know, for whatever we do in this life, and making it so little pups can just see what we have to show and to share. Come to think of it, I'll tell you all a little bit more. and there's a golden retriever that currently lives next door to us, and we see it when we go out in the yard sometimes. Nice little animal it is. And you know, for all the friendly dogs we've known in this world, they all just kind of had friendly faces and friendly gestures, you know. So come to think of it, there's just a little more wood to remove along these dadgum lines. And I say, freedom shall speak. So that's one little thing we got here, with extra little places where we do our own little thing and put little extra work down the little piece, just to show that we are just going to be proud of what we've made. So come down to this, I say we kind of got to remove some wood from here along the face, kind of try to put a little extra, another cut in there, try to get the extra piece just coming out just fine, to where we're going to have a nice little doggy here. And these dogs, I tell you, there's just all this little significance they bring. There's a place here where we're coming along this part of the head as well, and so many things we'll have to share as we move along. Some people have seen these little golden retrievers out at my shows and thought they were little squirrels. Sometimes, just sometimes, you know, people just see in the wood whatever they see in the wood. And I tell you, anything, it can always just be whatever it is that you envision it to be. Anything you want it to be. If you pay for it, it's yours, and it can be anything you like for it to be. So, with things in mind and being said, I tell you all that there's just so much more we're going to discover. So, given these little chances we have with the wood, we're making just fine little things that come out as puppies and come out as dogs. All the little kind of work that comes right in, makes a piece what it is, just to show a little light and love and caricature in the things we do. All the blanks we're going to see as we move along over time. And I tell you one thing for sure, some hobbies, I mean, they go out of style. And so we don't know how many people will come online just to watch wood carvers these days, but this is just kind of thing that I do as a hobby and as a craft. So come to know what we're doing, it's all just going to be good for ourselves and what we do. So I say, with little puppies on strings, we can kind of make these things come out as good as they can be. So with all we have to do just to chip away from the face, we kind of got a little work that's making its way to the top of the list. And sometimes I say, little graces we give and little graces we have, there's just so much that we know from all we have to share. So if you've seen the retrievers that were put on my TikTok page, that was a good thing, and I put a little background music in with them. So hopefully you all are going to enjoy the video for future reference, and Hope to see you back on here in the future for more of my videos and more of my demonstration. Thank you all so much, and have a blessed evening. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.